to, who else is she going to talk to besides the snake other than to say, hey, Adam, he's saying we're not going to die. Is Adam sitting there going, honey, no, don't listen to it. No, Adam followed blindly. So Joseph, relax. But Adam didn't stand up and say no. So did the serpent go after him as well? Did he talk to the serpent? We don't know. All we know is that the serpent went to her and talked to her and said, no, you're not going to die. You're going to become like God. Maybe she wanted to be more God-like. Maybe that's what she wanted. So he gave her those thoughts. He gave her that and said, oh, no, honey. This is what's going to happen to you. And maybe that's why they did it. I mean, had she not wanted to be more like God and more worthy of God, maybe it would have been a different temptation. But that was her end goal. She wanted to be more accepting of God and being like him. I mean, because what, again, supposing she came from Adam. She didn't come from God. Adam came from God. So maybe she was just trying to prove herself. Maybe she just, I don't know. We don't know until we ask Eve, what the heck happened? You know? That's all I have to say. We don't know, and Adam was not manly enough to say no.
Very good. And I would just add this. Anytime a husband and wife, or a man and woman, whatever the situation, and there seems to be this atmosphere, I'm the man, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. All a woman has to say is, hey, you ate it too, friend.
Chill out.
Exactly.
You're in this with me, so let's figure this out together. Exactly. That's a marriage.
In fact, I'm going to go a step further. They betrayed God and they betrayed each other. Where was the man to protect the woman and say, no? And where was the woman to tell the man, no? No, the culpability is equal. They knew what they were doing, they wanted to do it, and they did it.
Exactly. I think there may have been a different outcome had she had sat there and said, God, you know what? You're right, I messed up. This thing told me I could be more like you. Instead of pointing the finger, both of them pointed their fingers. Right. Adam to Eve, Eve to the snake. Right. Had they have both stood their grounds with God and said, you know what? You're right, God. We made a bad decision. Maybe things would have been different had they stood up. Instead, they were afraid of God. They ran and they hid. So like, oh no, we don't want you to see us. No. Stand up and say, you know what? It was my fault. I did it. I think that's what God was looking for. Was someone to stand up and say, you're right. I did it. There's no one to blame but me. I think God would have appreciated that more, and he loves and respects us more when we stand up and say, you're right, I messed up. Let's fix this, and then I'll help you fix the situation. But they didn't want to do that. They chose to hide and be chickens and point their finger. And then of course it carries on for all eternity, because we're still blaming each other for everything.
Sad but true, Christina, sad but true. Cain and Abel, chapter 4. Now Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bore Cain, saying, I have gotten a man with the help of the Lord. And again, she bore his brother Abel. Now Abel was a keeper of sheep, and Cain a worker of the ground. In the course of time, Cain brought to the Lord an offering of the fruit of the ground. And Abel also brought of the firstborn of his flock and of their fat portion. And the Lord had regard for Abel and his offering. But for Cain and his offering, he had no regard. So Cain was very angry, and his face fell. The Lord said to Cain, "Why are you angry? And why has your face fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door. Its desire is for you, but you must rule over it." Cain spoke to Abel, his brother, and when they were in the field, Cain rose up against his brother Abel and killed him. Then the Lord said to Cain, "Where is Abel, your brother?" He said, "I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper?" And the Lord said, "What have you done? The voice of your brother's blood is crying to me from the ground. And now you are cursed from the ground which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you work the ground, it shall no longer yield to you its strength. You shall be a fugitive and a wanderer on the earth." Cain said to the Lord, "My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, you have driven me today away from the ground, and from your face I shall be hidden. I shall be a fugitive and a wanderer on the earth, and whoever finds me will kill me." Then the Lord said to him, "Not so. If anyone kills Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold." And the Lord put a mark on Cain, lest any who found him should attack him. Then Cain went away from the presence of the Lord and settled in the land of Nod, east of Eden. Well, I think God is generous, frankly. He's a murderer. And basically, he is pardoned. That is the beginning and the end of it. There was a belief among a very well-known religion, especially in America, that was an absurdity and a cruel absurdity at that is no longer, thank you, talked about. But basically, it was to blame one race, and that I'll leave it at that. And it was horrible. But the truth is, we're all to blame. We all have. When we read Genesis, if you read Genesis, the early chapters, and say, "Oh, that's not me, that's not me," you miss the point. We are all part of this. Are we not, Christina?
Yes, we are.
Thank you very much. You are absolutely right. You know, and it's the person who basically says, "Not me. I don't sin. I don't," famous last words. Okay, let us go on. You have anything else you want to say, Christina?
Well, I mean, God spells it out for you. He's telling you, if you do well, you will be accepted. If you choose not to do well, you will not be accepted. And he just plainly tells you straight out, if you want to achieve, then put yourself behind the effort and you shall achieve things. If you don't want to achieve, just empty-heartedly, just do it. And that's all he's saying, is give me a little bit of you, a little bit of your sweat, a little bit of your time, and I will reward you. And that is clearly said here. And then to lie, that was the wrong thing to do to God, because God knows all. So why Cain would lie, and then why Cain would become afraid because of what he did, and say, oh, this burden is too hard for me. You've taken me from the ground. Well, then he should have thought things through when he was talking it over to his brother, instead of getting angry at him. He should have known the outcome. So Cain brought this on himself. Cain may not have realized he would be punished, because nobody was there to punish him except his parents. But, you know, God is saying straight to us, put some effort into our relationship and I will reward you. And if you don't, then you know what? Reap the consequences that it brings. And I know people like to think God is harsh and mean and angry. He only gives you what you give him. And if you don't like the mirror, then you better change something.
Very good. I can only add or expand. God will pay you back sevenfold in goodness